Welcome back to Orange County. We're just underway. Had some technical difficulties. Camera went out, Wi-Fi went out, all that good stuff. All the joy being on the road in the CCL. But as we welcome you to live action, Mason Grotto is at the plate. Leading things off for the Blues was Ruben Mercado, and he popped out to second. So there's one away. We're in the top of the first, and on the mound for the Riptide is Owen Noah. Noah Owen, excuse me. So Noah Owen delivers ball 2 to Grotto. It's no slashes one up into center field. It's a base hit and a single for base hit for Grotto. Has him safe at first. There's one away, and here comes Ryan Cermak, who hit 5th yesterday. Is back in his traditional role of batting 3rd. And, of course, playing center field. He bats with 1 away and 1 on. Taking strike 1. So it's 0-1 the count to Cermak. Grotto, who just got a single. Here's that 0-1. That one's lifted out to center. Ranging back is Servin, and he'll make the catch. So it's a fly out to center for Cermak. Now there's 2 away. Here's Austin Shell, who's doing the DHing today. So Shell at the plate with Grotto on first. There's 2 outs, no score. We're in the top of the first here at Great Park in Orange County. Takes ball 1. So the Orange County Riptide, with their win yesterday, went to 9-6 on the season, 2-5 in conference play, still at 5th in the conference. Blues at 3-1 now. It was their first loss in conference play. By Shell, and the count goes to 1-1. So for Noah Owen, this will be his 4th appearance. Comes in with a record of 1-0, ERA at 3.37. Probably the most complete pitcher the Riptide have in terms of what he's been able to do this season. Delivers to Shell, who sends one to short, and a toss on to second will end the inning from Diaz to Griggs. Mason Grotto singles. Cermak flies out to center, and Shell grounds out to short. That's it for the Blues in the first. Since we went on in the middle of the first at-bat, might as well tell you how the Blues batting order is all around today. So the shift at the top and a change. It's the first time the Blues have sent Ruben Mercado to hit in the leadoff spot and play short. He popped out to second. Mason Grotto, of course, same as yesterday, batting second and playing second base. He singled to lead off his day. Ryan Cermak bats 3rd and plays center field. He flew out to center. Austin Shell bats cleanup and grounded out to short. He'll DH. Batting 5th and playing 3rd base, it's Tate Samuelson, followed by TJ Clarkson, who's batting 6th and playing first base. Johnny Bloom does the catching and will bat 7th. Thomas Trinka will play right field and bat 8th. And Grant Burton, newly got to the team from Stanford, will play left field and bat 9th. On the mound for the Blues, it'll be the second start for Heston Toll. And Heston Toll, well, he made a lot of noise in his first start because the way he introduced himself was by going 4 full innings against the Arroyo Seco Saints, only giving up 2 hits, striking out 6, and just looked absolutely electric. So this will be the second start for Heston, comes in 1-0, went 4 full innings, as mentioned in that first start, and looks nearly unhittable. And he'll go up against a Riptide squad that struggles with the strikeout, average over 11 strikeouts per game for Riptide hitters. Heston will be looking to add to his strikeout total on the season of 6 out of the University of Arkansas.
Leading things off for the Riptide from the University of Tennessee, left fielder number 1, Kyle Booker.
So it's Kyle Booker to lead things off for the Riptide. He'll lead off and bat left field. He led off yesterday's ball game against Caden Sheedy with a double. First pitch is taken for ball one from Heston Toll to Kyle Booker. Toll did not walk any in this first start as well. 1-0. In there for a strike, and Toll gets the count at even, 1-1. Heston stands 6'6" on that mound, 210, sophomore at Arkansas, hometown of Wichita, Texas. Grounded to the right side, and it's 1-2 now. 4:30 start here on a Wednesday afternoon in Orange County, California. Hit foul again. Count is still 1-2 to Kyle Booker. One, two to Booker. Low ball two. And so Toll, whose usual two-strike pitch, he's got the fastball, disappearing slider, and changeup. We'll see what he goes to here. Booker slashes one to left, and he'll start his day yet again with a base hit. This time it's a single. So Kyle Booker in the first inning is 2 for 2. Led off last game with a double, leads off this one with a single to left. And Kyle Booker reaches. It's only the third hit Toll has allowed all season. Here's Colton Freeman batting second and playing right field today. We did not see Colton yesterday, so we'll see him today. Bats second. Due up is Seth Beckstead, who's doing the catching. Toll delivers strike one, so some changes to Riptide lineup after they scored 4 runs on 9 hits yesterday and shut out the Blues. It was an excellent pitching performance. So giving up one single. And Toll checks on Booker at first. He'll be safe and is still waiting to deal the first pitch to Colton Freeman out of Dart. So this is the second of a 2-game set between the Blues and Riptide. Of course, last night's ball game, an uncharacteristic loss for the Blues in shutout fashion. First time it's happened all year. Kyle Booker. Blues have responded to losses very well this year. Have not lost back-to-back games all year, coming with the record at 13 and 17th game of the 75th anniversary of San Luis Obispo Blues baseball. And we're happy to be bringing it to you on the Blue Streaming Network. First, checking on Booker again, who has speed on the base path. Foul to the left side. Count will remain 1-2. There's still no outs. We're in the bottom of the first now. No score in Irvine. So for Booker, yesterday was his first game of the season. He went 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Also walked, swinging and missing through that one and gunning over to first in time for the out. It's a strike him out, throw him out, and a double play. So as Freeman strikes out, Bloom pops out of his stance, guns to first, and picks off Booker for the double play. Now there's no one on and 2 outs for Seth Beckstead. Did not see Seth yesterday. Beckstead now batting with 2 out and no one on and taking strike one from Toll. So an early mistake. Booker with a healthy lead off those base paths. Toll gets the strikeout of Freeman, his 7th on the season. Now his face. Here's a 1-1. Slash to left, and it's the second hit of the day for the Riptide. Beckstead will take over Booker's spot at first with a single. So there's 1 on and 2 out for the Riptide. And Eric Bijani, the DH today. And we saw Eric do catching yesterday. He now Toll strikes out Bijani to end the inning. Had to get up and adjust the camera. As it tilted, we're working through things here. And so are the Blues and Heston Toll. So he gives up 2 singles in the first, but strikes out 2 to get out of the inning. It was the strike him out, throw him out, striking out Freeman, and Bloom popping out of his stance and gunning Booker down at first base, who had a healthy lead. Helps Toll get out of the inning. Gives up 2 base hits, strikes out 2. Now 8 strikeouts on the season for Heston Toll. We will head to the top of the second. The Blues only had 3 hits, and that is the number that was really concerning. It was just a day where the Blues looked a little lost at the plate. Were swinging and missing at pitches they were usually at least putting into play, let alone barreling up. So Blues offense that was silenced for the first time all year, looking to get back on track and leading things off in the top of the second for San Luis Obispo will be Tate Samuelson, the third baseman. Yesterday, Tate went 2 for 3 officially, 2 singles and a walk. So Samuelson had 2 of the 3 hits for the Blues offense. Grotto had that other one. Grotto's already 1 for 1 with a single. We'll see how Tate Samuelson starts his day. His first at bat against Noah Owen. Owen bringing the fastball and curveball, his main pitch types. Here's the first pitch to Samuelson. It's fouled straight back, and Owen will get ahead in the count 0-1. Count 0-1 to Samuelson. Now 0-2 as he fouls a second straight fastball back. Blues offense that saw their average as a team did from 305 to 294 after last night's ball game, and Samuelson takes strike 3 from Owen, and Tate strikes out looking. That's the first out in the top of the second. And a pitching staff that really was not bad yesterday, led by Caden Sheedy. He started the game. Evan Larson gave up 2 a little later. And then Cade Walker on a wild pitch brought in that 4th run, or allowed that 4th run to score, I should say. First pitch now to TJ Clarkson is in there for strike 1. TJ, who walked 3 times yesterday. He was the only Blue to reach, actually him and Samuelson, reached 3 times in the ball game. And misses through that one 0-2. And Noah sharp here early. The strikeout looking of Samuelson has him with 1 out. We're in the top of the second. And an 0-2 count to TJ Clarkson. Grounded to Spenrath at first. He'll tap the bag unassisted. And now there's 2 out.
Now batting number 27, Johnny Bloom.
Here's Johnny Bloom. Tough day at the plate yesterday. 3 strikeouts for Johnny. A couple of those at-bats were he didn't take any balls. But Bloom, doing the catching today, has already made a tremendous play, popping out of his stance and gunning down a runner at first. Takes ball 1 from Owen. Swings and misses, and now the count's even at 1-1. So Bloom in a 1-1 count, 2 out, top of the first, no score. And he'll take strike 2 in there on the curveball from Owen. And that's a pitch that looks sharp early. One, 2 to Bloom. Takes the fastball way high, and Owen trying to change his eye level, dropping the curve on him and then going with the elevated fastball. Gets the count to 2-2. Takes a curveball in the dirt to get the count full at 3-2, and Johnny putting together a solid at-bat here. Bloom, who DH'd yesterday. Austin Shell did the catching. They switched positions here today. Payoff pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that'll end the Blues top of the second. Noah Owen sets him down 1-2-3. A strikeout looking of 3. In the top of the second, Riptide pitching has had their numbers so far. It'll be Heston Toll back out for his second inning of work for the Blues. It'll be the bottom of the second. We'll head there with no score. Riptide with 2 hits, Blues with 1. No errors committed so far. And a couple strikeouts for both pitchers. I'll be right back for the bottom of the second here at Grape in Orange County, California. It's the Blues and the Riptide in Game 2 of a 2-game set of the CCL Southern Conference. I'll be right back. No scores. We head to the bottom of the second, and leading things off for the Riptide will be Spencer Servin. Fouls off the first pitch he sees from Toll. Servin out of Huntington Beach, California. Second pitch from Toll is in there for strike 2. Heston with that electric delivery to the plate. Really whips that arm out there on the fastball and slider. Servin takes ball 1, count is 1-2. So Toll's given out 2 singles and struck out 2. Well, now he struck out 3. 3 strikeouts for Toll, all on the slider. You mentioned that's the go-to pitch with 2 strikes. And that'll bring Reed Spenrath to the plate, who bats with no one on and 1 out. In the bottom of the second, still no score between the Blues and Riptide. So Toll pitched for a University of Arkansas team. That one swung on into center, ranging on is Cermak to make the catch. I saw Cermak make some great plays out in center, stealing a double, or stealing what would have been a double and making the catch out in the gap. Always fun to watch. Quickly 2 away for Emilio Rosas. So Heston Toll, as mentioned, he pitched for the University of Arkansas. That team went 49-11 in 2021. That one's lined up to center field, just out of the reach of Mercado, and it's another single. So 3 singles for the Riptide. All their base hits off of Toll here early. And they've already matched the Blues' output of hits from last night's ball game. Singles by Booker, Beckstead, and Rosas now. So 1 on and 2 out for Tyler Griggs, who's starting at second base today. Did not see Griggs yesterday. Getting the start here and batting 8th as he bats from the left side against Heston Toll. Toll comes set and delivers to the plate. Fastball high, ball 1. Had a 2021 campaign with Arkansas, only pitched 10 innings, and in the 10 innings, had an ERA of 2.7 in his 10 appearances. The strikeout to walk ratio, always excellent with Heston. That's a soft liner that's caught by Mercado out in shallow left from short, and that'll send the Riptide away quietly. Another base hit. Toll has now struck out 3, given up 3 base hits. None have amounted to much for the Riptide. Heston is through 2 relatively cleanly. He's through 2 scoreless. In his 10 appearances at Arkansas in 2021, he struck out 16, only walked 1. Trying to mirror those numbers for the Blues, and he's on his way to doing so. He's now struck out 9 this season. And this just his second appearance. Getting the chance to start here with San Luis Obispo. We will head to the top of the third, and still no score as this one moves along relatively quickly. It'll be Noah Owen out for his third inning of work against these Blues bats that are still trying to get back on track. It'll be Thomas Trinka to lead off the top of the third here at Great Park in Orange County. It's the Riptide and the Blues in a CCL Southern Conference battle. Riptide took the first, and again, in talking to some of the Riptide employees, the other interns, their broadcaster, that was the best game. This is their words. That was the best game the Riptide have played all year. They put together a complete performance that featured timely hitting, and they said it was kind of weird to see a home run. Only their 5th hit yesterday. It was a solo shot. Eric Bajani gave them a 1-0 lead, and they would not look back from that. Final being 4-0. But had 2 extra base hits in that game. Owen deals to Trinka. Slashed out to left, and it'll drop for a base hit. Trinka starts his day 1-for-1 with a single. Certainly a key for this Blues lineup, for the Blues in general. You're going to get a good start from Heston Toll. That's a given. That's what he has shown that he can give you now. If you can get him a lead early, and that's been a trend for the Blues all season, getting an early lead for pitchers. Trinka gets on to start the top of the third. That'll bring up Graham Burton, who just got here from Stanford, as Trinka tries to steal second. Burton goes deep. Deep to left. A 2-run homer for Grant Burton. And welcome to the Blues, Grant Burton. Got a pinch hit appearance yesterday. Goes deep to left in just his second at-bat. It's 2-0 Blues. Already matching their hit output of yesterday's ball game with 3. And they homer. Their 14th homer this season. The first for Burton. His first hit as a Blue. And that brings Ruben Mercado, who shows bunt, and it rolls foul down the left side. Ruben still beating that one out. But Trinka with a great piece of hitting. Singles to left center. And Burton goes yard to left off of Owen. Blues lead 2-0. There are no outs, and we are still in the top of the third. Noah Owen is going to have to face Ruben Mercado in an 0-1 count. Well, the Blues aren't getting shut out today, and Grant Burton has something to say about that. 2-run homer. Mercado takes strike 2 on a curveball. Count now 0-2 to Ruben. Popped out to second in his first at-bat. Fastball high, and we've seen that pitch sequence from Noah Owen. Dropping the curveball and going with the elevated fastball. Blues have been taking the fastball high. That's what Ruben just did. It's 1-2 to him. Still no outs, top of the third. 2-0 Blues. That one's fouled off, and it's still 1-2. One and two to Ruben. Popped up again to the right side. That one will drop in foul ground. Still 1-2 as Ruben stays alive. That's been a trend in some of Mercado's best games this season, is having lengthy at-bats where he fouls off a couple pitches. Of course, back in Arroyo Seco. Here's a 1-2. That one's hit out to center, and it'll drop. Base hit for Mercado. It's 3 straight hits for the Blues. A single, a 2-run homer, and another single. It's Ruben Mercado. He's now 1 for 2. And now safe at first as Mason Grotto, who's already 1 for 1 with a single, gets to the plate. And that dugout, that's happy. They're happy for Mercado. Ruben, a guy who has had some timely hits and great at-bats, as mentioned, like the at-bat that leads to a base hit. And now Grotto takes ball 1. Grotto still leading the CCL in batting average. Dipped yesterday from 446 to 441. So he still leads the CCL in that category. Did not get an RBI. Still second in the CCL in that category with 2. And he'll line 1. Double play ball to second. Throw on to first is in time. So it's a 4-6-3 double play. And Grotto grounds out. Quickly 2 outs now. We're in the top of the third. It's 2-0 Blues. And Ryan Cermak will bat with no one on and 2 out. Blues lead 2-0 on the Grant Burton 2-run homer. That was his first hit as a Blue. Cermak takes ball 1. 1-0. Cermak takes that curveball a bit low in the zone for strike 1. Ryan was talking with Casey Belt before this one started because, well, other than his fly out to center, he has struck out. As I say that, he lines one right back to Owen, who will toss on to first to end the inning. We'll get back to Cermak when he's back up at the plate. Till then, Blues plate 2 in the inning on a Grant Burton 2-run homer. It's his first hit as a Blue in his first start as a Blue, and he just got here from Stanford, and he introduces himself to the Riptide with a 2-run bomb to left to give the Blues a lead. Something they did not have all yesterday. Obviously didn't have a run all yesterday. Blues had trailed early in 4 straight ball games after last night's game. They'll take the lead here early as we'll head into the bottom of the third. It'll be Davis Diaz to lead things off for the Riptide in the bottom of the third. Heston Toll out for his 3rd inning of work. He's given up 3 base hits, but they haven't amounted to anything for the Riptide. He's also struck out 3. I'll be right back with you on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out, making us a part of your Wednesday afternoon. We're in the bottom of the third, and Heston Toll delivers an 0-2 to Diaz, who grounds it to Grotto at second for the first out. Ground out for Diaz, and my umbrella has fallen over. I'm going to go take care of that. I'll be right back. Back to the top of the Orange County lineup, and Kyle Booker, who bats with no one on and 1 out in the bottom of the third. 1-1 from Toll. Low ball 2. Booker already 1-for-1 with a single. Had a double to lead off yesterday's ball game. Leads off today's with a single. And sends that one sharply to the right side, and it's fair. Booker will round first and head into second. Throw in from Trinka is cut off by Mercado. And Booker, who has killed the Blues, is now 2-for-2 with a single and a double. So my umbrella just fell over, unfortunately. Temperatures in the low 80s out here in Orange County. I am sitting in the sun, but a special shout out to Tim Samuelson, father of Tate Samuelson, swung on and missed by Freeman. Mr. Samuelson is providing Wi-Fi for us on the live stream today. He provided an umbrella for me to protect me from the sun. That fell over. It was nice for a couple innings, but a special shout out to Tim Samuelson. 0-2 as that slider drops in there to Freeman. He's already struck out once today. He was the first strikeout victim of Tolles today. So it's Booker at second. He just doubled. And Freeman at the plate in an 0-2 hole. There's one out, and we're in the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Blues. Ooh, Bloom tried to frame that one. Doesn't get the call for Heston, and it's 1-2 to Colton Freeman, right fielder today. So it's Booker at second, and here's a 1-2. Reached out at that one and ends up sending it into center. Booker will be held at third, and Freeman has a single. It's the fifth hit of the day for the Riptide. They've got men at the corners now, first and third. It's Booker at third and Freeman at first. Seth Beckstead to the plate. He's 1-for-1 with a single. This is now the most traffic that Heston Toll has faced all season. It's the most hits he's given up, obviously. Only had given up 2 coming into today. Has now given up 5. They hadn't amounted to anything up until this point. He'll have to get through Beckstead and possibly Bijani, who did damage to the Blues yesterday. But here's the first pitch from Toll to Beckstead. It's laid in there for strike one. So after getting a quick ground out of Diaz, Booker doubled and advanced to third as Freeman singled. And here's Beckstead in an 0-1 count. Taken low for ball one. So we'll see how Toll responds out of the stretch. Runners at the corners, one out. Taken off for second is Freeman, but that one's popped up. Clarkson will have a look at it, but it'll drift into foul ground. So Freeman, who was taken off trying to steal second, will have to head back into first. And Seth Beckstead, who's singled back in the first, is in a 1-2 count now against Heston Toll. One and two the count. There's one out. We're in the bottom of the third. Toll will step off. It's 2-0 Blues. That was on a Grant Burton homer in the top of the third. So Blues have the lead early, and Toll trying to protect it. Fouled straight back as Beckstead stays alive. Riptide have doubled and singled to get men at the corners. Both teams had situations where a lot of runners were left on base. For the Blues, they had more men walk yesterday than get base hits. Freeman. For second, but Beckstead fouls another one off. Freeman trying to get himself in scoring position, but Beckstead continues to foul a couple off. He'll have to head back into first. Still just a one out here in the bottom of the third. Blues were shut out yesterday, already lead 2-0. Have responded well, but it's up to Heston Toll now, dealing with Beckstead at the plate in a 1-2 count. Check swing, and Well, they'll say he did not go around. Not sure I agree with that call. Nonetheless, it is 2-2. Beckstead has been alive at the plate for quite some time now. Toll is taking his time in between pitches, cycling through all the signs with Bloom. And will we see the slider with 2 strikes to Beckstead? Already 1 for 1 with a single, trying to drive men in for the Riptide. He'll throw over to first, checking on Freeman. He's checking on him because twice in this inning, Freeman has tried to take off for second base. It's been Beckstead who's fouled a couple off that have kept him at first. He'll throw over again. Two and two the count. Swung on and missed strike 3, and he got him with the slider. So a big second out. Toll strikes out Beckstead, and now has to deal with Bijani, who did a lot of damage to the Blues yesterday. Solo homer and an RBI single, responsible for 2 of the 4 runs played by the Riptide. And it's righty on righty, as Bijani will face Toll with men on first and third, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Taking outside, ball 1. Bijani with the average at 345 coming into yesterday. Sends one out to center. Cermak will range on and make the catch for that 3rd out. And Toll pitches excellently around some traffic and holds the Riptide scoreless through 3. For us through 3 here at Gray Park, Orange County. Home of the Orange County Riptide. We're in Irvine, California, with temperatures in now the high 70s.
We have Deacon and Landon. I want 2 contestants today. So how our game works is we're going to stand on this line right here, from all the way to their pants, right over here. Turn as fast as they can to their jerseys, and then run all the way to the active finish line. Are you guys ready to play? Fans, are you ready to see the play? Ready, boys? 3, 2, 1, go! Bring your pants! And they're on. There's his pants. You have to put the pants on. You have to put the pants on. No, put the pants on. Put the pants on your body.
We are back. It is the top of the 4th, and Austin Shell leading things off for the Blues. Shell, who grounded out to short in his first AB. 0 for 1 today. The DH batting cleanup fouls one off. And it's still Noah Owen out there for the Riptide. Here's his 0-1 to Shell. Taking low in the zone for ball 1. Count will be even now. Riptide, who had back-to-back, a double and a single, back-to-back base hits that had men on first and third with just 1 out. Toll able to pitch beautifully around the traffic. Shell takes high ball 2. Able to strike a man out and get a fly out to center to end the 3rd and keep it 2-0 Blues here as we enter the top of the 4th. Count now 2-2. And it's Noah Owen dealing here to Shell. No outs, no one on as we start the fourth. Elevated fastball fouled off by Shell. Due up will be Tate Samuelson. Blues looking to bounce back, and they've already scored 2 runs on a Graham Burton homer. And Shell having an excellent at-bat now as he's worked the count full at 3-2. Austin with the average in the 360s. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Noah Owen, who has given up the 2 runs on a Grant Burton homer, has given up the 4 hits. Up until the homer, they were 3 singles. And Trinka was able to get on, singling on the first pitch he saw. And a couple pitches later, Burton would go deep. That's why the Blues lead 2-0. Samuelson swings and misses through that one. It's 0-1. Already 9 combined hits by both teams. Orange County had that by themselves last night. 0-1. Fouled back, and it's 0-2 on Samuelson. Samuelson, whose family is providing the Wi-Fi. I'm getting a kick out of it. They're providing the Wi-Fi for us today. 0-2 to Tate. High fastball taken for ball 1. Had a nice umbrella up for me. Mr. Samuelson went back to his car, pulled it out. It's fallen a couple times, so it'll stay down. Count now 2-2 as Samuelson takes way inside. So Samuelson will stay in and await this 2-2 from Owen. That one's high again, ball 3, and back-to-back Blues have worked the count full. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th. It's 2-0 Blues. Payoff pitch. Samuelson takes high and will take a walk. So that walk for Tate will give him now 6 on the season. And Samuelson is safe at first base. As TJ Clarkson, the man who walked 3 times in yesterday's ball game, will step up and bat with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 4th. San Luis Obispo leading Orange County 2-0. It's Noah Owen starting his 4th inning of work and dropping a curve in there to Clarkson to get ahead 0-1. A 1 to Clarkson. Ball 1. Curveball taken low, ball 2. Clarkson already 0 for 1 today, grounded out to first. In a 2-1 count today. TJ with the average at 341 coming into play. 2-1. Taking high ball 3, and Owen not giving the Blues much to hit. Has gotten in a 3-ball count in now 3 straight at-bats. Here's a 3-1. And TJ lines that one to short. Diaz was on for the catch, and there's 2 away. That'll bring Johnny Bloom to the plate. Excuse me. Johnny Bloom 0 for 1 as he struck out back in the 2nd. First pitch from Noah Owen to Johnny Bloom. Elevated fastball taken for strike 1. Tate Samuelson is the man on first. He just walked. Blues lead 2-0. There's 2 gone, and we're in the top of the 4th. Noah Owen through 3 2/3, looking for that third out here in the inning. And Bloom takes strike 2. A lot of pitchers have been attacking Johnny early in the count. He's been swinging and missing a little bit. And seems that Bloom has been in an 0-2 count a lot as of late. Curveball dropped in there, but not for a strike. It's 1-2. Bloom, of course, we love to mention, very prone to the extra base hit. Johnny loves to hit him far and in the gap. 1-2 the count to Bloom, who bats with 1 on and 2 away. In the top of the 4th, it's 2-0 Blues. Fouled off. It's a swinging bunt, and it's still 1-2. Noah Owen cycling through the signs here as Beckstead and him get on the same page. Owen, who gave up his first walk of this one to Tate Samuelson. That's why he's at first base and is trying to deal with Bloom. Coach Miller relaying some signs to Johnny. Count is 1-2. Bloom takes a curveball in there for strike 3 called, and he sat down on K's for the second time today. Runner left on is Tate Samuelson. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Blues still leading 2-0, and Heston Toll trying to match the length of his first start of the season. He went 4 full innings. He'll be out for his 4th inning of work against the Riptide Bats. When we come back, it's 2-0 Blues here on the Blues Streaming Network. I'm Zach Ebrahim, and thanks for hanging out on a Wednesday afternoon. All set to start the bottom of the 4th here in Irvine. About 20 minutes away from the Orange County Airport, which is where the Blues stayed last night. We'll spend one more night in Irvine, and then on the way back up to SLO, stop by Arroyo Seco and Jackie Robinson Field, the home of the Saints, and catch a ball game there. That'll be the 3rd in-conference game for the Blues, and those are really going to start ramping up this weekend. Blues will welcome the Conejo Oaks. They'll play the Oaks for the first time. Then the Riptide will come to town. Then they'll travel to Thousand Oaks for the 4th. We'll have that game for you here. The 2nd fireworks night of the season. And just like last time, we'll have the show for you here on the stream right after the game's over. We got a ball game to keep playing here, and it's Heston Toll set to start his fourth inning of work against Spencer Servin. Count 1-0. Servin fouls one off, and now it's 1-1. No outs. Bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Blues. Swung on and missed. Toll with his 3 strikeouts still has given up the 5 hits. Has held him scoreless as he's pitched well around some traffic. 1-2. Swung on and missed strike 3, and that's K number 4 for Heston Toll, giving him an even 10 on the season. So Servin is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. And that'll bring Reed Spenrath to the plate, first baseman who flew out to center in his first at-bat. First pitch is in there for ball 1. Lifted out to right. Trinka ranging back. So is Cermak. It's off the wall. Cermak has to play it on a bounce. Guns into second. Heck of a throw from Cermak, but it's a double for Reed Spenrath. It's the 6th hit of the day for the Riptide. It's their 2nd double. And Spenrath is their 4th runner in scoring position. So far, in at-bats, they are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. It's Emilio Rosas, who's 1 for 1 with a single, trying to change that. Man on second, 1 out, bottom 4. Riptide trailing 2-0 here early. And Toll facing more men on base. Puts the slider in there, but not for a strike. 1 ball, no strikes to Rosas. Rosas, a senior at USC, hometown of Yorba Linda, California. Saw the batting average at 300 coming into this series. 2-game set, I should say. That slider's in there for a strike, and Toll is going to that pitch, as he does over 50% of the time. So a double for Spenrath has him safe at second. It's Rosas at the plate, who's 1 for 1 with a single already. That was back in the second. 1-1. Rosas hits foul left side, and Toll will get ahead in the count 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 Blues. Riptide threatening here with a man on second, and Rosas, who's already 1 for 1 at the plate today, and a 1-2 count against Toll. That one's low ball 2. So Toll going to the off speed, has not thrown Rosas a fastball yet. Rosas trying to add to the RBI total of 5 for him on this season. 2-2 the count. Man on second, 1 out, bottom 4. In a battle with Rosas here, the third baseman, with Spenrath in scoring position at second. For the Riptide, the 4 other hits have all been singles. But Toll, who only gave up 2 hits through 4 in his first outing, has now given up 6 through 3 1/3. And Rosas lines one to right. That'll drop for a base hit. Spenrath rounds third, but is held there. Throw-in was cut off. And so, again, the Riptide will have men on first and third with 1 out. It's a situation Toll has already gotten out of once today. Rosas is now 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And Toll will have to get through Tyler Griggs, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat, 0 for 1 today. That is the 7th hit of the day for Orange County already. Toll still only threw 3 1/3 innings. It's Spenrath at third and Rosas at first. Griggs at the plate. Here's his first pitch from Toll. Pitch stretches, that one's fouled away to the left side. and he gets ahead 0-1. So Toll in back-to-back innings will have to pitch around just 1 out. He's been given a cushion. It's 2-0 off a Grant Burton homer back in the top of the third. But Toll trying to keep it that way, and will have to pitch out of another jam. 0-1. Old strike 2 and gets ahead on Griggs. Griggs, a sophomore out of Central Arizona, out of New York. Leads the team in batting average at just under 430. Taken for ball 1. Bloom tried to frame that one. It's 1-2 now to Griggs. Still just 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, a double and a single, just like back in the 3rd, have men at the corners with just 1 out. To center that score a run. It's a base hit and an RBI. And he cuts the lead in half for the Blues. It's 2-1. That's the 4th RBI of the season for Griggs. It's 2-1 Blues. It's 3 straight hits now. Orange County's given up 8 hits. Toll has given up 8 hits to Orange County. Double, single, RBI single. And here comes pitching coach Dean Traynor to have a word with Heston Toll as he'll have to face Davis Diaz with men on first and second, and still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Warming up in the pen for the Blues is the hard-throwing right-hander Ryan Ward. But Dean Traynor is having a word with Heston Toll right now. Toll, who has now given up 10 hits in his 2 outings, looked really sharp against the Saints. He has struck out 5, but the 8 hits, amazingly, has only given up the 1 run so far and can still get out of this inning with only 1 run being scored. So it's 2-1 Blues. Riptide just brought in 1, their first of the day, on a Tyler Griggs single in shallow center. And here's Davis Diaz, who's over 1 today with a ground out to second. Righty on righty as Toll checks second and now deals to Diaz. Bit low. Runners almost take off. They're held. Still at first at second. It's Rosas at second and Griggs, who just singled in the first run of the day for the Riptide, at first. Toll facing traffic, heavy traffic for the second straight inning. Here's a 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. Gets the count even at 1-1. Still ahead of the slider for Toll. Ward still warming. 1-1. Went with the fastball there and did not get the call. 2-1 now. For the second straight inning, the Riptide have strung together hits, this time resulting in a run as it's 2-1 Blues. That one slapped out to center. Rounding third and coming in to score is Rosas. We are tied at 2. And it is an RBI double for Davis Diaz, and the bottom of this Riptide lineup is through for Orange County. Toll has now given up 9 hits, and we are tied at 2. Here comes head coach Bob Miller, and that'll be it for Toll. So his encore of a tremendous first start. He's unable to get out of the third. Will finish, unable to get out of the fourth, He'll get through 3 1/3 innings. It'll be Ryan Ward to pitch for the Blues in relief of Heston Toll. We are tied at 2. Ward will be on for the Blues. Still just one out in the bottom of the fourth, and we'll be working our way back to the top of the lineup in Kyle Booker. And we understand why Coach Miller made the pitching change when he did. Booker was already 2 for 2 off of Toll with a single and a double. It'll be the hard-throwing right-hander Ward in the game, trying to keep us tied at 2-2, as the Riptide have had 4 straight hits now, a double, single, and a double to make a tied at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth. There's still a 1 out here in Irvine as Ward warms up. And we have some time. I want to thank one of our many generous sponsors of the San Luis Obispo Blues, Via Automotive. If you're in need of any automotive repairs, check out our friends at Via Automotive. They've been with us since 1946. That's the entire existence of the San Luis Obispo Blues, all 75 years. Via Automotive, where their slogan is "Our family taking care of your family." I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back out. Thanks for hanging out. Blue Streaming Network. We're in the bottom of the fourth in the tie ball game. Don't go anywhere. Back with you. We are still in the bottom of the fourth. Ryan Ward will have to pitch to Kyle Booker, who's 2 for 2 already with a single and a double. With men on second and third, it's Griggs at third and Davis Diaz, who just doubled in the tying run at second. So the bottom of the lineup, bottom third, have brought in the 2 runs for the Riptide. We're tied at 2, and Ward just delivered ball 1 to Booker. Here's the 1-0. Elevated fastball has the count now at 2-0. Ward, who's going to be bringing the heat. That's what he can do out of the pen. Upper 90s fastball. Has really done well with the off speed, and that has been a compliment, a really good compliment for Ryan to the high 90s four-seamer. 2-0 to Kyle Booker, who's already 2 for 2 today, and he'll ground that one. Double play. Oh, it's Mercado at short. In the process, a run will score, and the ground out for Booker will bring in the 3rd run of the day for the Riptide.
Now batting for the Riptide from Norman College, right fielder number 17, Colton Freeman.
So Booker grounds out to Mercado at short, but in the process scores a run, brings a run in. It's 3-2 now for Colton Freeman, who's 1 for 2 with a single. It is 3-2. Riptide take the lead. Strike 1 in there from Ward. So that run will be charged to Heston Toll. He was on the hook. Still on the hook for Diaz at third. He advanced on the ground out. 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. There's now 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. It is 3-2 Riptide. They have played 3 in the fourth. And trying to bring in Diaz from third. Slaps that. He'll gun to first to end the inning. But not before Orange County takes the lead from the Blues. They played 3 on a RBI single from Griggs, an RBI double from Diaz, and an RBI ground out for Kyle Booker. It is 3-2 Orange County, and the Blues trail through 4. Their bats will be back up in the top of the 5th and have a chance to change that. It'll be Thomas Trinka due up for the Blues After this short break, I'll be right back with you for the top of the fifth here on the Blue Streaming Network. As promised, it's Thomas Trinka to lead us off in the top of the fifth. What a bottom of the fourth for the Riptide. They get to Toll to take the lead 3-2. It's still Noah Owen dealing. And aside from the two-run bomb by Burton, he's been excellent. Delivers way inside to Trinka. Count even now at 1-1. In that last half inning, the Riptide went double, single, double. Ground out broad in the third. They strung four together off of Toll. He'll finish the day with 3 earned runs. Ward able to get the final 2. But it is still Noah Owen out there as he gets ahead. Should be 1-2 to Trinka, who was 1 for 1 single. Thomas hits one out to center. First out. Well, that'll bring up the man of the hour in Grant Burton. 2-run bomb. First is a blue. Got them that early 2-0 lead in the top of the third. After Trinka singled. Went deep to left. Burton 1 for 1 with the 2-run bomb off of Noah Owen. And we'll see how he pitches in this at-bat. Burton pops one up to left. Booker barely has to move. And there's 2 away. Noah Owen now through 4 2/3. We saw Lejeune de Acutes for the Riptide go through 5. Then bring in Andrew Pogue. Hunter Ash closed things down. Swung on and missed as we work our way back to the top of the lineup. And Ruben Mercado, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out to second. 0-1 to Mercado. Slaps one fair down the line to Spenrath, and he'll take it to the bag unassisted as the Blues go down 1-2-3 in the fifth. And Noah Owen is through 5, only giving up the 2 runs, and he's only given up 4 hits. Orange County still has the lead. Their bats will have a chance to tack on in the bottom of the fifth. He'll be on to pitch a second inning relief after we come back. Bottom of the fifth. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. In the process of that top of the fifth, Mr. Samuelson came over and put up another umbrella. Not enough can be said for the kind and decency of that man. The umbrella put up. Still got a solid tan in the meantime. Tan line, I should say. It's 3-2 Riptide. They've got 9 hits. They had 9 hits yesterday in the game. They've got 9 through 4.5. Ward pitching in relief of Toll now. Dealing to Seth Beckstead, who's 1 for 2 with a single. It's 3-2 Orange County. Taken for ball 1. Beckstead, who singled back in the first. He had the second hit of the ball game, struck out in the third. Swings and misses through that one as Ward gets ahead 1-2. Beckstead fouls another one off and stays alive against Ward. So with 13 combined hits in the ball game, there's only 5 total runs. Riptide won by a score of 4-0 last night. 1-2 from Ward. Grounded, foul. And the count remains 1-2. So Ward, who his fastball last year, mind you, he has not touched this in a year, but it topped out at 97 miles per hour. Freshman at the University of Texas, San Antonio. They're called the Roadrunners. 3-time letter winner at Clemens. All District 2 accolades in 2019. Beckstead fouls another one off and stays alive against Ward. Also helped his team in high school to a 2017 district championship and by-district championship, courtesy of the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2. Slap to Samuelson at third, and he catches it on a line for the first out. So 1 gone for Eric Bijani, who weirdly is 0 for 2. He killed the Blues yesterday. Solo homer, RBI single, responsible for 2 of the 4 Riptide runs that would eventually end in a final of 4-0. Riptide winning and shutting out the Blues for the first time this season. Blues have not been shut out today, of course. It's 3-2. Plated too early on a Grant Burton homer, but 4 straight hits for the Riptide in the bottom of the 4th and 1 ground out have led to their 3 runs. And it's Griggs, Diaz, and Booker responsible for those. Dealing low to Beckstead. Sorry, to Bijani. It's not Beckstead anymore. It's Bijani at the plate. And it's 2-0 to the DH. Oh, it's 3-0. He talked to Ryan about what he wanted to work on this summer. He had one word for me, and that was control. He said, I know I can throw it hard. I know I can throw it fast. I just got to throw it accurately. It's a 4-pitch walk to Eric Bijani. That is the first walk for the Riptide. So Bijani finds himself safe at first on a 4-pitch walk. That'll bring Spencer Servin to the plate, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both of those courtesy of Hest and Toll. Servin was the first out in the bottom of the 4th until the 4 hits were strung together by the Riptide. Ward delivers strike 1 to him. Oh, 1 from Ward. Check swing, and it was low for ball 1. So with 1 on and 1 out, Servin bats with the Riptide leading 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Swung on and missed strike 2. 1-2. Before that, he'll gun over to first to check on Bijani. So for Ward, the walk of Bijani. Meanwhile, he delivers ball 2. That was his 5th walk on the season. He has struck out 8. His pitch now over 8 innings. Now he's pitched 9 full innings now this year. 2-2. And he will add strikeout number 9 to his season total. And Servin is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts swinging. That brings Reed Spenrath, the first baseman, to the plate. Spenrath had the double that started the first of 4 strung together hits for the Riptide, so he doubled after Spenrath struck out. Bats with 1 on. That's Bijani, who reached on a 4-pitch walk, and 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. And Bijani will take off for second on a pitch that gets away. And Spenrath is in a 1-0 count. Ward with the ERA at just 1.12. He's given up 4 on the season, but only 1 was earned. That's the reason for the low ERA. ERA for the Blues as a combined pitching staff is 2.79. Judging by those numbers, the Riptide have gotten their 3. It'll be up to the Blues bullpen to hold them to just that. It's 3-2. Riptide with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th with 2 out and a man on second. Bijani, man at the plate, is Spenrath. 1-1 from Ward. Sent out to right, drifting back, and that'll land. It's a fair ball. So Spenrath will send in another run. It's 4-2 Riptide on his second straight double. So Orange County is getting to the Blues bullpen now. Spenrath is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. He brings in the 4th run of the day for the Riptide. That's their 10th hit. It's 4-2 now, and there's still 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th, bringing Rosas to the plate, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He'll bat now with Spenrath in scoring position for the second straight at-bat. First pitch from Ward to Rosas. Check swing, and I'll say he went around for strike 1. Rosas, of course, a dangerous hitter. Third baseman. 2 for 2 already, and Spenrath, who doubled for the second time today, is in scoring position. Grounded, 1-hopper to Grotto at second, and he'll gun to first to end the inning, but not before the Riptide tack on 1 more. It is 4-2. Orange County, who plated 3 in the bottom of the 4th, get 1 more in the bottom of the 5th. They do indeed increase the lead, and it'll be up to the Blues bats now to respond after Ward gives up his second run of the season. It's 4-2 Riptide, and we'll head now to the top of the 6th as we move along in Irvine. It's now a 4-2 ball game, and it's another close one down the stretch. It's been a trend as of late for the Blues. This is their 5th game in conference play. They are 3-1 coming in. Suffered their first loss last night at the hands of the Riptide, who had them shut out and held them to just 3 hits. Blues have exceeded both those, 2 runs on 4 hits, but it's the Riptide who continue to pick away as they lead by 2. It is 4-2, and they have an even 10 hits on the day. New pitcher on the mound for the Riptide. We'll introduce you to him in just a moment. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out.